Good evening, guys. Tony back again, Horror and Todge. Hope you're all well. So we're on the 6th of October already. So that's the sixth film in my 31 days of horror. We're getting through it. It's flying by. You know, having to do these every day, it sort of takes up a little bit of time. So I don't know, it makes the time go a little bit quicker, to be fair. Puts you under a little bit of pressure, but it's all good. I'm enjoying doing them. And tonight, I watched a film from 2004, a little British horror film, what doesn't get as much love as it should do, I don't think. And it's called Creep, like I say, from 2004, directed by Christopher Smith, and it stars Franca Potente, Sean Harris, who's brilliant. I love Sean Harris, and Jeremy Sheffield. So if you haven't seen this one, guys, I'm going to go through a few of the points of the film and, tell you a little bit about it if it's worth your time and stuff. But yeah, so stick with me and we'll go through Creep. So Creep, basically, it's like I say, a British film, and it's about this girl. She's a bit of a party animal, and basically she goes on the London Underground, so tube station, to get the last train across London to get to this other club, to see George Clooney or something like that. Anyway, a VIP area, she says. Very 2004. But yeah, so she goes on there and she ends up falling to sleep somehow on the. It doesn't really explain how she falls asleep, but she ends up falling asleep down, on the underground. Great setting for a horror film, by the way. Brilliant setting. I love the set design of this. And she wakes up and everyone's gone. It's all locked up, so she can't get out. She's in a bit of a, she's like, oh, the phone doesn't work. The part that she's in, and obviously there's no, no one really had. But they did have mobile phones in 2004, but for some reason she didn't have one on her, obviously. So, but yeah, so it's just about her sort of wandering around the London Underground, and she bumps into, the local tramps who live down there, and then there's a couple of other bits that I'm not going to give spoilers away, and there's a bit of a, I suppose she bumps into a local sort of, you always get a sex pest in these horror films who, tries to push himself on her. But the person who she meets, who she doesn't really want to meet more than anyone else, is this guy played by Sean Harris. He's like, how can I explain it? Like a humanoid creature. He is human, and he's like deformed. He just reminds me of Gollum from Lord of the Rings. So he's very sort of gangly and pale-faced, and his skin's sort of peeling off, and weird sort of deformed face, and he makes this horrible screeching sound with his voice. But essentially, he's going around London Underground picking people off and killing people and stuff. And it's basically he's chasing her, so she's sort of trying to get away from him. She's jumping on these sort of trains that are pulling up, and she's sort of trying to get away from this guy played by Sean Harris. But then the film takes a bit of a twist halfway through, so I just thought it was going to be a cat and mouse sort of horror, creatures, features type thing where she's being chased and that's it, a bit like Terrifier or something. But no, it takes a turn, so it gets like quite dark. It's they start to go through the underground and they start to find these like laboratories that someone's been using or the government have been using to like do these testing on all these babies and stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it, but it's really really strange, and it sort of pulls the story all in together. It gets, it goes quite deep on stuff. Like I say, the lead character, uh, the lady who's sort of chasing after, she plays a good part. Really, she's like a great damsel in distress. There's not a lot of, character or backstory to her. There's not a lot of substance with her, but the actual damsel in distress bit, she got a bit of a German accent. You'd know her if you've seen her in a lot of stuff, and yeah, she just plays a good sort of part like that. Trying to run away from this madman, and yeah, it goes down a few more rabbit holes as well. And the thing that impressed me most about this film, to be fair, was it's really gory and quite stomach churning. Some of the the blood design in this film was really good. Like there's lots of slicing of the neck and like that real dark black blood, and you know, there's all sorts of other bits and bobs of gore in there, people's eyes being ripped out, and you know, just a really cool bit of a different horror film, a British horror film. With I just love the setting, with it being down in the tube station, you know, London Underground, and it's really dark down there, and there's sort of lighting as well. You know, you get like the light, there's lots of blues and reds and greens, and you know, some great colours in there. And like I say, this guy's following, and everywhere this guy goes, he's got like all these rats as well with him, which is really creepy. When you start seeing all these rats around, you know he's around there, and there's some really creepy bits in these, like I say, hospital type rooms what's downstairs, and they're all like all the doors are sort of bricked up and stuff. So yeah, it's really creepy, really grimy film. Some great acting, like I say, Sean Harris is brilliant in this. Really like his acting, but absolutely love the film. So Creep from 2004. So it doesn't get the love it deserves. It's never had a Blu-ray release. I don't know why, but it's yeah, such a good little film. I really enjoyed it. So what would I give this one? Well, for just enjoyment factor, I've got to give it an 8 out of 10, guys, because absolutely loved it. You know, it kept me entertained and enthralled. I thought it was really dark, disturbing, and I thought the acting was good, and the actual creature or humanoid played by Sean Harris was brilliant. So yeah, and it went a bit further than I thought it was just going to be a straight up chase me film, basically. But no, really good, guys. So get in the comments, tell me if you've seen Creep from 2004. Don't get it mixed up with the 2017 one. This one's the British, you know, underground film, but because there is a Creep from 2017, so don't get it mixed up with that one. But like I say, I really enjoyed it, guys. Get in the comments, tell me if you liked it, what you liked about it, any other questions you got to ask me. That's day 6 done, guys. On to day 7 tomorrow. I've been Tony. I'll catch you all for the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.